Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. You are watching the Real Estate and Home Improvement Show. We're on every day at this time, talking about homes for sale all throughout California, ways to fix up your home, ways to keep the value of your home, how to pick a person who does repairs and maintenance to your home. It's easy to be taken advantage of, so we bring in various guests to help us through these issues. By the way, our next guest is a fascinating guest, Katalina Klein from KUBED Living, and also this great website called upuphome.com. Welcome, Katalina.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to bring on, we keep hearing the sustainable living, sustainable home, how to get the sustainable home. I just want to bring on an expert just to talk about this a little bit. Tell us about what's going on in the industry.
Well, there's a big buzzword going around, right?
Yeah.
Sustainable home. This is sustainable. I want to build a sustainable home. And basically, no one really knows what does it all mean? So, in other words, it's an approach to design or to building that minimizes the negative impact that we have on the environment.
Right.
And there's different ways of approaching this design or build. It could be through a bunch of different methods, choice of materials, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
We can discuss that.
Now, sometimes we're talking about things that the house or our living, our lifestyle at our home does to the environment around us. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, we heard all about the gas stoves, right?
Yes.
I don't need to go into that detail anymore. So now, gas stoves are not good. Electric gas heaters are not good. So we're trying to go towards, well, at least California is the all-electric home.
Mm-hmm. Well, now, when we're talking about sustainable homes, are we talking about homes that exist, or let's build homes that are sustainable for our environment?
Either way, you can renovate a home and try to make it more sustainable. For example, obviously, you're not going to take your home and orient it to the south, right?
Yeah.
To capture the sun. But you can certainly put solar panels on your home, increase the level of insulation that you have. You can do low flush fixtures. You can change some of your appliances, potentially your water heater from gas to electric. Those are things that you can do with a current home.
Well, when my home was built 100 years ago, it was set up for gas. But I kind of see what you're saying is if I get solar and put in some more insulation, it's not going to take as much gas to heat my home.
Right. And then maybe you won't take any gas at all.
Right.
Well, depending on, right, your appliances. But it could take a lot less gas and be more reliant on electricity.
Here's something that has always bugged me. I've always thought about it is I use a lot of water in my house. I don't mean the toilets. That's a separate issue. Just washing a dish or taking a bath. And I don't know, that just goes down to the sewer and it's like gone from our environment forever. And it's not even dirty water.
No. And that's another thing is gray water harvesting.
Harvesting, I like that.
Right. Water capture and all these things that you can actually try to do with a current home. They're just systems out there that can be plugged in. There's systems, for example, that you can put under your sinks that will monitor leaks,
Ah,
which, some of us don't even realize that we have leaks. It leads to mold, it leads to wasted water. So there's a lot of elements that can be incorporated into existing homes to try to make these homes a lot more sustainable than they are today.
yeah.
Now,
Interesting you bring that up, the leaks. You and I both are in real estate a little bit, and how often you don't even find out until a house sells that for
yeah,
years there's been this leak going on.
absolutely. Absolutely. There's also these smart systems that homeowners can I'm not very technologically oriented. So you call an expert or you go to Best Buy and you figure it out. But there are these systems that control, that help you monitor the amount of energy that
Mm,
you're using in your home every day. So those are things that you do with existing homes. Now, let's say that you are getting ready and you want to build your sustainable home.
now, this is the time to really build a sustainable home.
Exactly. So
This is
you
a
start
brand new.
with, yeah, you start with a fresh slate, right? And first of all, you start with the orientation. If the lot allows you to orient the home so that you have the proper amount of sunlight, right? Where solar panels make a lot more sense. You can actually even have green roofs. I'm sure you've heard the
Mm-hmm.
expression or this thing that's going around, right? The green roofs.
Yes.
You- And why? Why are green roofs so sustainable? For a couple of reasons. One, believe it or not, they absorb water. So you have a lot more, less of that stormwater
Right.
drainage. And then the other is that it improves the air quality around you, and also it acts as a barrier to the heat that comes into the home.
Right.
So,
Well, the whole idea is sustainable. Um, if you're building a brand new, it doesn't seem like it'd be that much more expensive. Just reorienting the house a little bit. But we see tracks and tracks and rows of houses being built without any thought towards being sustainable.
unfortunately, you're correct. And it's still something that is very new, and it is a little bit more expensive. I mean, for example, a green roof will cost you more than a shingle roof,
Right.
right? There's different kinds of insulations. For example, there's wool insulation.
Mm.
Yeah, that is completely sustainable, but a lot more expensive.
Sounds way better than that fiberglass. I don't like that fiberglass.
Yeah, or in shipping container homes, you do the spray foam, which is really not very good for you either.
Yeah.
If you're building from scratch, maybe you want to do the whole thing electrical from the beginning, right? So anyway, it's a lot
Well,
easier.
now's the time to ask. If you're going to buy a brand new home, usually in our market, when you buy a brand new home, it's not built yet. You're buying an unbuilt house. Now that's the time to start asking those questions.
Correct.
Yeah. And
That is fine.
if it's a cooperative developer, you could probably may not get 100%, but it could come way closer to it.
I would believe so. I mean, you could ask for eco-friendly materials like, potentially bamboo, cork, some recycled kind of wood, reclaimed wood, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
You could also ask for water conservation features to be implemented in the home. So absolutely, that's the time
Yep.
to do.
Yeah. The low flow toilets and stuff, those don't automatically come anymore. You have to ask. Maybe it costs a couple bucks more, but when you put it in your 30-year home loan, it's nothing.
It's not much, exactly.
It's
Yeah.
inconsequential. Are they in California? Is it required to put solar on every new home?
Yes, it is. Since January of 2020, that has been a requirement. And there's still a lot of controversy, a lot of people that are just not completely understanding what that means. I mean, should I rent it? Should I purchase the solar panels? Is the federal government still giving out
Yeah.
credits? Yeah,
But again, I have found that when you're buying a brand new house, you're getting a 30-year mortgage. A good solar system just doesn't add that much to your payment, and it may even save you. Probably saves you money.
it saves you money in the long run.
Yeah.
All these things, I mean, the goal of the sustainable home is to save you money in the long run, to cut down on your bills, and to just save energy.
Now, our viewers, when this is posted up there, there's going to be some links they could click on about sustainable living. Can you tell us anything about those links that you sent?
I sent a couple of links. I think there's probably more on upuphome.com. But I think the links that I sent were one about Ooh, can you remind me what they are? One about the green roof.
Right. Yeah, there's a roof on
There's
there, and
one-
then there's just one called Sustainable Homes, I think. So,
So just an overview about what a sustainable home is or a sustainable design. I think there's one about the green roof. There's also on the website the biophilic design, how to include plants inside the home for better quality of air,
yeah.
decreased moisture, et cetera, et cetera. So there's quite a bit of information.
Can you tell us, we haven't talked about it for a while, tell us about the website Up Home.
Up Home is a website dedicated to providing information to homeowners or people that are looking to build homes about, I mean, bunch of different elements that go in the home from how to increase in a remodel, how to increase the value of your home, where should you spend money, where you shouldn't, what kind of return on investment you get with different materials that you use. And there's a big, I guess there's the trend behind a lot of it is sustainability since California is going there. So there's a lot of articles on sustainability.
Well,
But a whole
I
bunch
want
of
to tell you
things-
what I like about the website upuphome.com is that you and I are kind of in real estate and we do this stuff a few times, but most people do everything one time. They're buying one house, buying
true.
solar one time, planning a sustainable home one time, and Up Home kind of takes the guesswork out of that. It's from people who've done it a whole bunch of times. So you skip over the whole learning curve.
Absolutely. And it's written in a very simple way. I mean, there's not a lot of technological terms. It's really information. And there is no vested interest on Up Home's part. We're not selling anything.
Nice.
So it's just pure information.
Yeah. It's just great. Whatever you're thinking of in your home, even a new roof or a solar system, or you got to do some plumbing thing, go to Up Home and read up on it. It's a very unbiased, just straightforward place to get information. Like you said, you're not selling anything there.
Nope, just information for free.
Well, we're talking about sustainable living, sustainable home, how your home could maybe have no impact on the environment, or ways you can start doing remodels to remove some of the impact that you're doing on the environment. It's a great time to talk about this. If you're buying a new home, it's really time to think about it before you get started on a brand new home, especially if you're building your own home. Katalina, we're almost out of time. What else do you want our viewers to know about this?
That it's never too late to start. You know, even if you have an older home and you're thinking, oh my God, my home was built in 1920. What can I do here? There are things that you can do. And I think, you know, if everybody lessens the impact on the environment just a little bit with anything that you can do, I think we're all doing well.
Well, you planted some seeds, and I know we're out of time, and I'm getting the signal to move on, but you planted some seeds in my head. My house is 100 years old. I've got a gas furnace, and it's going to go out. I mean, they'll go out eventually. That's a time to look at switching to electric.
Right.
Hot water heaters on its final days, I could tell already. Time to switch to electric. So we don't have to do everything all at once. You could do things incrementally for cost reasons and other reasons, but we got to get our heads going that direction.
Absolutely. Low flush toilets, low, flush, showers that are, there's little things that one can do, and it does not have to cost a lot of money.
Well, Katalina Klein is our guest. She has a couple of great businesses. One's called KUBED Living. I'll put the website on the screen, kubeliving.com, and also upuphome.com, which is, everybody should be looking at that all the time. It's like reading a magazine or something with great articles and stuff like that. Katalina, thank you for being our guest. Any last thoughts for our viewers?
No, I look forward to coming back.
You will be back because you're my favorite guest on our real estate and home improvement show.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so much.
We'll be back in touch.
Wonderful night.
Don't go anywhere. We have more guests right here on the Real Estate Home Improvement Show. We'll be right back.